Ooh, there's Miss Callie girl in her favorite spot. She loves looking out at the back deck. It is, you wouldn't think it's midday right now, but this is winter in Michigan. Well, the beginning. It's still technically fall. I know people are like, "Oh, winter get to him," but it's cold enough to feel like it. And we got a cold, rainy day. There was actual thunder earlier, so it was kind of wild. As you can see, nice overcast, heavy rainfall day. The leaves are building up. We found our leaf blower, so Greg's been excited about that. He's like a kid in a candy store with the leaf blower. And it's just a nice, quiet fall day. Right, Hallie? Right, baby girl? You stay away from that plastic. It's keeping us from freezing this winter. Okay? Alright, honey. And like I said, her food area has been moved over here near her kitty condo because it's just a cleaner area. You got her extra bed right here too for when she wants to be warm. And it's just a nice little setup for our little kitty co-star, who tends to like to hide behind the blinds from time to time. But it's mostly because the view out here is pretty. I don't blame her for liking it out here. Plus, when she sees the fallen leaves, I think she thinks they're alive. Which, honey, no, they're not alive. You can't grab them. And I know, and she's already cut a slit in it twice, and he is not going to be happy with that. So I really want you to stop doing that, okay, babe? Either way, it's the start of this vlog. Started when I did that, but it's okay. Like I said, I don't mind the assistance because I tell people all the time we're a team.
Yeah, but I figured we could just edit this part out. They don't need to see all that. They don't need to see how the donuts are made. What? That's an actual phrase. I'm not making it up.
No.
Look at me like I'm crazy.
You are crazy. You date the crazy.
I'm crazy.
He totally is.
That should be the first thing. That's how you start that video.
You vastly overestimate your girl's editing skills right now, sir. I am still learning, and you see me last night stay up way too late trying to figure all this stuff out.
A little bit.
You know, I'm getting better at it though.
The cat's crazy though. He was laying on the carpet over there.
Wow.
Just passed out.
I think we all got a good night's sleep last night after a while. I don't think we had enough propane for it to be. I don't think it was all night. We would have smelt it last night.
Yeah. I turned the heat back on. I think it was just this morning, like, I think the kids bumped it accidentally.
Yeah, and I mean, stuff like that happens. Yeah. I think we need to definitely look into a monitor just in case.
Yeah.
But, I would have noticed something like that because I'm always, like, I cook dinner.
Way earlier.
Yeah.
In the day, in the night. Like I said, I smelled it. It was propane.
And I made dinner last night around 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
We would have noticed something like that.
On the bright side, from when it happened, until I smelled it, it was not that long, so it filled up quick.
Wow. Ooh, well, it's Sunday, y'all. We had a bit of morning. I'm not even gonna say scare. It was just a concern. Greg came out of his office, smelled a bit of a gassing because we have a propane tank that fuels the house, and we were concerned, so we aired everything out just to be on the safe side. But I made a joke because I was up till about 2:30 last night, getting the edit for the vlog and getting it up on my channel. And then I got to sleep, and I got a nice deep sleep. I woke up at about almost 11 today, which is, I don't normally do that on Sundays because I got a busy day today. And I don't say that to, oh, you know, my social life. No, it's D&D day. I play DDO. I'm in a static group. We came back to DDO after taking a bit of a break to get my life together. So I've been playing repeatedly on Sundays with my static group for about almost 3 years now. And it's been fun. I'm trying to get my completionist done. We're doing our month live. And it's an exciting time. You know, they just did a new event in DDO. You got to find the affiliates, and it unlocks a big thing. So I'm mad that I missed this week, but I had a bit of a rough week. The dizzy spells was hitting me hard. I was hitting real super fatigue. Almost fainted on, I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday. They've kind of blur. Tried to take it a bit easier. I got my exercise on. And like I said, it's the 5 days on, 2 days off. So normally I exercise on Sundays anyway, because the D&D group is about, we go from 2 to 5 or 6. That's hours being sedentary at the computer with my friends. And I don't want to just be sedentary for that long without exercising. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are normally the days that I get my exercise in. Then I take Friday and Saturday to rest and relax, and then I start it up again. And it's been working out great. I'm able to breathe better. I'm able to feel the effects of this. Even though I know somebody looking at my body right now would be like, no, there's no way. There's no way you're doing all of this. And I'm telling you right now, I feel like I'm living proof that it does take time, especially when you let your body get like this, but you can do this. And one of the things I love about Sundays is, you know, it's normally quieter in the house. Everybody's off doing their own thing. They wait for me to get on the bike, get the stuff done, because then I make lunch. And then we get our day started, and I've been playing DDO since 2007. I found the game accidentally, didn't really understand MMOs. The only MMO I had any real knowledge or experience with was a quick jaunt with WoW, and wasn't my cup of tea. So I didn't really have a high opinion of MMOs back then. You know, I just, it wasn't for me. Which is weird because I do like the genre and I love fantasy adventure. But WoW kind of scared me off of MMOs for a bit. So I bought Dungeons & Dragons Online back in, I think, early 2007. And then I realized it was an MMO and I put it in the closet. I was like, I am not an MMO girl back then. I had a baby. I was not going to be able to devote my time to a serious game. I thought it was more like Baldur's Gate. And I put it in the closet, left it alone. And then around Christmas, while looking for some stuff that I hid for kiddo to put under the tree, the game bonked me right on the head. Fell down, hit me on the head, and I was like, oh, I forgot I bought you. Okay, let me see what you are. Back then, I finally started getting myself together just a little bit. I was living with my grandma, had kiddo, got a credit card because grandma was serious. She was like, you're going to get your life back together. We're going to get you, when I got to school, that's where I got my associate degree for medical coding and billing and everything. My family was not playing. They wanted me to get my life together. And they didn't mind I having outlets because my outlets was gaming. So I had my credit card. I signed up for my DDO account. And it was right around Christmas of 2007 when I first logged into the game. And it was amazing. The tutorial was easy to follow. It was Euphonia, it was Euphonia's challenge. And you went through this small area, and I played a mage because I love playing mage. I love magic and casting spells and stuff. So they showed you how to utilize that and what to do, and if you had been a rogue, there was an area for you, a fighter, and everything else. They tried to cater the original, the newbie area to show you the technical ins and outs. And back then, the game only went to, I believe, level 12 or level 14. And you had a literal XP penalty when you died. So it was a fun time, but it was a challenging time. I learned a lot of the ins and outs of the game back then because I died a lot. Like, I died to a slime. I died falling out of the marketplace tent, going to get a featherfall scroll, which was the funniest death I ever experienced in my entire life, because you can revive in game eventually, whether it's through the tavern or some fortunate healer seeing your dead corpse. But it is hilarious seeing that soul stone, because it was just like I was going to get the thing so that I wouldn't die. And then I died. And it was funny because people still don't believe it happened, but I'm telling you guys, it happened. Right after that death, I was feeling a certain way. And I always liked the outdoor area. They are way better now. But I went up to Cerulean Hills to vent my frustration at that ridiculous tent fall death. And I fought a rare. And I believe it was the rare in that first cave. I think he's an orc shaman. And I beat him, got the chest, and a ring of featherfall was in the chest. And I told the people, because that was my first guild, the Church of Jim Bob Jones. And I don't think they believed that I got that ring of feathers. They still think I got it out of STK. I didn't do STK without them. I did not really do well in dungeons without a group at first. I did get better, and now I like solo dungeons. But back then, I didn't feel confident, especially after Waterworks kicked my butt because I didn't know what I was doing. No, I honestly did not do STK by myself. I got that ring, and I still have that ring of Featherfall. I reinforced an adamantium ritual deck because it was the first real name drop I got on Kalari. And it was amazing. But people still don't think I got it out of the chest. This really is, I'm telling you. I know I'm crazy and I have non-lucidity, and sometimes I think things happen that didn't happen, but I'm telling you, it happened. This wasn't a crazy moment. That ring dropped in that chest. So we have had a nice few years with DDO. And there were off and on moments with the game. But one of my best memories was the main event that they did back before everything changed. You know, 2009 was a really rough time for the game. I know they were converting us from fully paid MMO to free to play. They couldn't really tell the player base what was going on. And by that time, I was 2 years in, constantly on the forums, constantly on the sub-forums where people like to talk smack as well. There was people venting outlets of frustration because we, at that point, had a big major content update with the Veil of Twilight and Green Steel weapons. And then they gave us the Reaver's Refuge with more weapons, armor, and really fun quests, but only 3 of them. So it felt like there was a content drought. And for a lot of us, you know, we're getting older. We had a lot more competition back then, not really good competition, because I tried like Star Wars Tour and, you know, other things, and none of it lingered. No other MMO really gripped me. I even tried Neverwinter for a bit, and even that, while it had aspects I enjoyed with my Archer, it just didn't feel the same for me as DDO. I still feel like it better customization than DDO. I feel like the community is definitely more fun to talk to, and they know when to leave you alone. That is the main reason why I still come back to DDO. I can play with my friends when I want to play with my friends. I can play alone when I want to play alone. It is a perfect MMO for somebody with antisocial personality disorder. You don't have to explain yourself. They've made it where if you want to solo and push yourself soloing, you can. But it does encourage group stuff too. So you get a best of both worlds scenario for the game that I personally enjoy, and that's why, you know, I've taken breaks for both work and other purposes. I technically worked for the game when Turbine still owned it. I did promotions for the company, and a lot of people didn't know that. I know the rumor around my guild was, oh, she's a dev. I wish. I am not that smart, you guys. I wish I was. I feel my intellect leans towards actual taking in knowledge and being able to code. The devs on our game do a lot of hard work, and I'm not saying that to kiss ass. I'm saying that because these are real people that actually for years cared about this game when people were talking shit, even people like me. And it wasn't until I started doing promotions and seeing some of the ins and outs, because I could see, because you only allow so much access. Seeing how much work and effort goes into the game shut me up. That's why I stopped being such forum hard ass and stuff, because you learn. And I think I wish enough people would understand the amount of dedication that some of these people, and I'm not going to say every game company has this. I've never worked for every game company. But I'm telling you, some of the people that are currently in our game have been there for years. Our current producer has been there in the trenches for years as a community manager and everything else, and moved her way up, which is another cool thing about being with this game for so long. You're actually here to see it. Another friend of mine who actually helped me get into the company via promotions, because I was doing the podcast and other stuff about gaming, he got his start doing the same thing, because for us Gen Xers, especially, communication is vital and key and important. One of the things that makes me happy is I was able to send him my book. You know, I really do love the friendships that I've forged thanks to VDO. I love the communities that I've forged thanks to VDO. Y'all will see me sometimes in both Stream Tom's chat and Voodoo Spice's chat, Nimvin, Arena Elf, Cozy Bean, you know, Kaleva streaming now, Tough RPG, who I can't wait till you get your game out, Tough. I am going to be probably one of the first customers, even if I have to buy a collectible version of it so I can display it. I look forward to supporting our community because we're such creative people. And having that outlet like VDO has been helping me, especially with the next book and with Bomb writing. And I'm telling you, y'all, that was one of the exciting things about moving to this house. Now I have absolutely no problem devoting the hours in the day to getting the scripts for our Merry Band of Misfits written, getting stuff for Carrie Bell to draw out so that we can have this going. I cannot wait for you to see the quirky characters get pulled into the land and just see the fun that it's going to be like an online D&D adventure. And I'm really proud of being able to focus my energies, focus the head stuff that goes on in my mind to something a bit more creative and positive. Use those manic up days to actually get stuff done. And yeah, it has to be edited down. I think that is something that I'm learning with writing, because sometimes I have a really great idea, write it out, it's too rambly, gotta edit it down. That's what took the first book so long, because I had great ideas, I couldn't focus them. I have a printout of the original version of Axiom that will probably never see the light of day, because it was a rambling mess. It explained a lot of why the future is the way it is, but it didn't have any real connection to the story. It was just a lot of unneeded exposition that once I realized the story didn't need it and got rid of a lot of that and just started over, started using my own real life influence, bringing in some of my friends. A lot of my friends from actually VDO got made into characters because we're that close. Right now, by 2, if I'm not on, I will get a text from Lowell saying, hey, is everything okay? We gave each other phone numbers no matter what state I was in because A, we were close. B, he had a health scare back in the day and I was concerned, and we're at the age where losing our friends is becoming way too commonplace, and I wanted everybody in the guild that I could trust, which is him and our guild leader, to have a way to, hey, this is Cal's number just in case. And right now, I think he is the only one with the current number, because I had a bit of a fallout with my mom. Changed my phone number so that she couldn't harass me. So right now, outside a couple of friends, not too many other people have this new phone number. And I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm special, I don't want to get talked to. I just don't want to be harassed. I don't want to have to deal with her calling and trying to say, you kept this from me and you kept that from me. I didn't keep anything from you, lady. I'm keeping myself from you. I'm keeping the boundaries up so that I can protect my mental health. I don't want to argue no more. I don't want to deal with the nonsense that she tries to put me through. I don't want her to try to guilt trip or weasel her way back into my life ever again. She needs to live her life. I need to live my life. There will not be a Golden Girl, Sophia and Dorothy moment. Because if you think about that, that was kind of a toxic mother-daughter relationship too, made for laughs. The insulting, the making you feel inadequate. People think that's funny and natural, and it isn't. It's scary, the amount of abuse that we'll put up with because it's a parent doing it. And it's not just physical stuff. The verbal stuff gets to you too. It tears you down. It makes you question yourself. It makes you doubt that you can do anything. And that is not a healthy way to be. And you shouldn't put yourself through that with somebody because you think you're supposed to. And I realized talking to my therapist and psychiatrist that that's a healthy attitude to have. Not taking an abusive person's behavior towards you because you think you deserve it. I think it was hard for me though, because I am the oldest daughter. It is traditional in my family for the eldest to take over watching your elders, take over duties and responsibilities, run the house and everything else. And it's hard not doing that for certain members of my family, but I tried. I tried more than once. And every time she lived with me, it became a miserable experience. And right now I have peace. I have tranquility. This place has just been energy renewing for me. I don't want to mess that up. I would never do that to my partner. I would never do that to kiddo. And I can't do that to me. Just be a little bit selfish. I lived with that woman off and on all my life for over 30 years. And it's always been a miserable time. And the only time I could say I was actually happy was when she was off doing her thing. There was like 2 years during my teenage years where I basically felt like I was living alone. I shopped, I cooked, I cleaned. I had the house basically to myself until a racist guy threatened to firebomb us out of it. He ruined the one time during my life I felt content. You know, it's sad. It's sad that people don't understand that when you're with somebody that harmful to you and selfish and raised by that you develop ways to just isolate and find a more solace in solitude. And I think that's why my attitude has always been like that. And I'm trying to get a bit better with the whole I don't need anybody, I can handle stuff on my own. But it is hard because, you know, I was used to being on my own. And I actually developed liking being on my own and handling stuff because I did not have that core support. You know, my parents split when I was way young, and that was toxic. There was always that weird back and forth between them where they fought more than anything else. So I thought fighting in a relationship was normal. So I accepted a lot in early relationships that I definitely will not now. I don't like yelling. I don't like screaming at each other. I don't think that is a good way to communicate. Fighting isn't love. But when you grow up around it, you really do think that that is a normal way to communicate with your partner. And I had to learn to seriously undo all of that. Trust me, it ain't easy. There are days where you feel like you might slip into those patterns. just by the way I get frustrated at stupid things, but I never ever take it out on Action Wolf. It's not his fault that Tin Peg gets a little bit rage because I watched something online or something in the news got me upset. You don't take that out on the person that loves you and that you love. That's something that you learn with actual help and therapy. You also learn to work through the wrath and the other issues your brain might put you through with that help. And I don't say that to like shame those who cannot afford therapy either, because I know it's the digital age and people take what you say a certain way. I'm not responsible for how my words make you feel, first off. Straight up, not going to apologize. It is not on me if you take what I say about getting help to heart because you can't afford it. It happened. You think I'm not still captain at Team Broke Ass just because I'm upgrading my life little by little? We are doing everything the slow, steady, and smart way, which is the best way to get results. But I know what it's like to really just get by. I was a single mom for years before my partner and I made it official, and it was rough. But we got by because we had to. And I think that there are too many people that are like, well, I couldn't. You don't know what you can do until you have to do it. Survive or not is pretty much the way my brain works. You're either going to fight or you're going to flight, but you're going to keep going because you're here. And I never, excuse me, never understood the attitude of, well, I don't think I could handle such a situation. You never know what you can do until you're in the situation. That whole I can't, I never, that was never allowed to be in my vocabulary. You know, like I said, had more of a split between the military and the church in my family. So you really didn't get a lot of wiggle room growing up to say, I can't. You know, even if they could see you were lacking in certain things, you still had to figure it out. You know? So I don't understand the I can't mentality. When I do get the lows and my brain even tries to say that, it's countered by like that inner drill sergeant voice that says, nope, you can't do that. And that is the only can't that I want to hear. You can't tell yourself what you can't do. One of the things when I started feeling like I was getting towards the path of immobility especially, when I started making more excuses for not walking every day, when I started making excuses, period, to just sit around and mope, I realized that I don't want this body to become a fat trap. I really don't. And it isn't easy, y'all. I see the damage the last few years, and I can try to blame the pandemic and depression and what I went through with my mom, but I still made the conscious decision not to exercise, to eat my feelings away, and I can't even eat that much. That's the problem. After the stomach surgery that I got back in, I believe it was 2009, I lost a lot of weight because I was exercising hard. I changed up a lot of my pattern routines, but I did not change that mental crush of going to food when I was upset. And so when everything started to really fall apart towards the tail end of 2018 and into 2019, when I finally got my mom moved out of the house, and it was just that period of, now what? You know, I've got to handle all these bills. I'm still feeling shell-shocked from dealing with her and getting her out of my house. Now what? And I went full on to food. Full on to food, full on to shutting in, especially once we realized there was a virus out there that was killing people. And I just really locked myself down. But it was about a few months into 2020 that I said, you know what, I can't live like this. This is not healthy, it's not good, I am going to die if I keep at this pace. I don't want that. I want to get stuff done. There's a reason I'm still here, and I want to do more. and actually almost got the bike in. He surprised me by moving in, which was even better. You know, it was like I get the cycle upgrade and then I get the boyfriend upgrade. So things started to pay off, and you started to put in my mind that if I keep doing, good stuff happens. So I started slow. And that's why I tell people all the time, you have to start slow. I could barely get 10 minutes done. And I'm not embarrassed by saying that because at least I tried. And it hurt, y'all. You think I'm big now, I was bigger then. And I was embarrassed. I couldn't even do it. I didn't even do the weights this time. Oh my gosh, I just talked for like 30 minutes. So let me at least try to get 2 minutes of weights in. But I couldn't even do this back then. There's no way. And I just slowly increased the increments. When I got the first 10 extra put on, it was at 20. I felt good. Then 30, I felt good. 40 was still kicking my butt, but I'm going to get back to that soon too. I got to build up though, because like I said, at my age, with the amount of weight that I've had come on and off throughout the years, I have to be mindful of what it could do to my heart. And with the weird shortness of breath and stuff that I had this week, I'm definitely going to book a doctor's appointment to make sure everything's okay. But like I said, this world has kind of gone to shit. Our healthcare system is kind of rough right now still for people. And I've had bad experiences with it. And it's not my size that is the issue. If you know, you know. It is hard for me to even open up about medical biases that I've had to deal with over time. And it just gives me a negative opinion of dealing with doctors who look at me as if I'm not even human. And I wish it was a fat thing. I wish I could say, oh, you know, they just chalk up the stuff, the fat, instead of chalking up the, she's not lying about the pain because she wants medicine, which I never do. I have yet to ask for pain medicine. Don't want it, don't need it. But I do feel like it's not taken seriously when you tell people what's going on, and I don't like it. And I don't like talking about it because it feels like I'm making a victim of myself, and I don't ever want that. I'm not feeling like a victim, y'all. 30 minutes. But I do feel like people don't get to hear the reels of dealing with medical professionals who really look at you as if you don't deserve to even be in their presence because they don't like your skin color. And I even said it on Cindy Villar's YouTube when she showed the thing about medical malpractice towards black women in maternity. When I had kiddo back in 2005, that Florida hospital, reputable Florida hospital, one that the only reason why a lot of people know them is because they did have a kid stolen from them once, and because of that, babies now have like little ankle monitors that they put on them to make sure that that doesn't happen again. But it was a reputable hospital in South Florida that I had kiddo. And it was my first time fully term carrying a child, giving birth. And when I went to have him, the night that my water broke and everything else, I wasn't given an epidural or any of that. And I clearly heard the doctor say that it's because they can tolerate pain better. They literally had that attitude that because I'm a black woman, I didn't need a full epidural because I could tolerate the pain better. And, now that I know that that's not normal and I should have been able to push and fight for something. I was alone though. My partner at the time was a piece of crap. An abusive piece of crap that didn't even want to take me. My grandmother, as I said in the earlier vlog, had to literally threaten him to get us to the hospital. So I felt so alone, and it made me decide back then and there that I probably wasn't going to do it again. That's how I know I'm in a good partnership now because I'm considering it again. But it just scares me. It scares me, especially now with the age and stuff too. I know that I probably could do it with Axiom Wolf because I know he'd be supportive all the way. His family would be supportive all the way. But there's still that innate fear that you could die because some person doesn't think that you deserve to be here or your child doesn't deserve to be here. And that's a real. And I just wish it wasn't like that. But I'm going to wrap this fit bong up a bit, get myself cleaned up, get a shower, get ready for D&D. Greg's parents are coming up because they were worried about the propane thing. I don't see why. I don't think it was as serious as it's being made out, but it's okay. Let them come up, let them visit. I'm gonna get my D&D on soon, no matter what. So if you follow me on Twitch, you'll probably see us laughing, bantering, especially if I can get the sound stuff working properly. But yeah, I'm going to get my day fully started. As you can see, I am fully committed to doing these exercise things. I don't think this is going to be the entire vlog though, but I find them interesting. I can talk while doing it, and that's it. Late, sorry about that. Hopefully my sound and stuff is coming in clear. I know the guys are probably like, what is going on, Cal? But, we'll get it fired up. We'll get it started. I'm going to get ready to join the Discord, see where we're going. Turn my music down just a little bit. You won't be able to hear the music because it's in my earbuds. But I wanted to bring back Sundays and solo, and it's been a bit. The move, other things kept me from being able to stream. But we're back, y'all. Gonna play some DDO, talk some geek stuff, have some fun with friends. Let me join the chat. Ooh, hey, y'all.
Oh, hi.
Sorry I'm late. We had a bit of a gas. We thought we were having a gas leak problem, but it's all cleared up now.
Don't worry, we're just getting the Underdark teleports, but we're going to be running quests in House K because we're kind of hitting that threshold of epic leveling where we won't be able to run it on Reaper.
Okay. So should I try to grab the teleports first?
If you want to grab the teleports, we're just in the Underdark area, so you still got a little bit of time.
Okay.
I'm going to go up and beat up on a Dragoloth. Here's the sad part for that Dragoloth. I was able to sit there and get all the sneak attack dice on him, and here I am running up to him with big glowing sticks in my hands.
I love that stick damage.
That's what she said.
Come on, video.
Finally, a Dragoloth that respects me. Jeez.
All right. Evening Star. Forward. Yeah. That's my size.
Freaking rude, game.
How did I run that far? Okay.
There we go. You know if you reach the turnoff when you see both the driders drop down.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be a cow moment without me going the complete opposite way I'm supposed to go. There we go. Evening Star. So I grabbed this dude last time. Take me to the King's
Wait,
Forest.
do we go back to the cavern, or?
If you want to go to Evening Star Cavern, yes, you can. What this does is when we go out to Schindlerin, the big portal in the center, once you get that explorer point, that in the future, anytime you go from portal to portal, you can go directly into the center of Schindlerin rather than having to do the run. Oh yeah, Cal, guess who returned to the game?
Who?
Boxcar and her husband.
Wow. Oh, wow. We're getting a lot of DDO vets coming back. The game's fun, though. Oh, thank you.
So, do I need to step in this portal now?
I'm not trying to...
If you want to. You can just head back to Evening Star Cavern. We're gonna once this is done, we're gonna head over to House K.
Visibility out here because it decided to rain and fog. Oh, I drowned. You can't hit me with your nonsense. Go away. I'm monk shake yous off. Okay, Underdark. Make that run. Nix used to love coming in here to hunt rares. And I followed off so much that I had to learn my way around this place. I should be fine this time. Purple feathers. I've done this run so much.
So just in case you're curious why the gear shift to House K, 1, we need the favor. 2, 6 of the House K quests are level 21.
Yeah. I like XP. Okay, got the portal.
Snail ships in House Kunderic, oh no!
Are we doing red fins? Is that what you said?
Yes. We're going to do red fins and then we will do the Vaughn flagging.
And you got that middle portal, right? I don't know. I want to deal with that one yet. I'll make that run later. But I'm just gonna go back to town. Teleport. Work smarter, not harder. There we go. Okay, that's what that is. I didn't have it plugged in.
And we're going to start off with Claw Volcor.
Okay. making my way to House K. Okay, let me update this. All right, that should do it. Oh, thank you for the share. Okay. We are gonna head to House K, to the red fence in just a moment here, y'all.
Are you streaming?
Yes, I am. I finally got it set up again. I just want to test it out.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Sundays is Alona, yes.
Fuck's sake. And I'm gonna be 100%, y'all. This is mostly to be in the face of a certain YouTuber who says, "Oh, you don't have a life. You can't do what I can do." And I have friends. I just be in private, and it's like, you don't have friends, ma'am. So I am being spiteful, and I'm sorry if I'm using you guys a little bit for that, but I don't think this person knows what real friends are. She doesn't know how to banter with people, so I'm being a bit of a bitch, if I can be 100%. Because she wouldn't know real friends if they slapped her in the face. So I'm a bit petty.
I mean, technically for this guild, we can put a number amount on the friendships around here.
Exactly.
Which, yes, the thing for helping Craig is that's the pinned message in the general chat.
Yeah, we donated.
Because I finally learned how to pin a message.
You're so better than me. I've messed up the message trying to just copy stuff because I didn't realize as an officer I could accidentally delete stuff. And I was like, oh no. But yeah, Greg let me know. He was like, yeah, we gave because it's a good thing to do. And Krieg's always been there for us, so. Whew. And I'll even put that link somewhere on my Twitch too, since I'm going to try to bring these back as much as I can. Now that there's far less boxes around the place too, it's easier. Hello. All right, so little Miss Foodie Beauty did something in her kitchen the other day that made me pause because it feeds into a lot of stuff that I do in regards to growing produce. Hopefully soon I'll be able to do that, and things that I've learned from growing my own produce. And I know I'm saying that as I get produce right now from a bag, but you do what you can when you just move. So I'm going to rinse these bean sprouts, which is something that you need to do to all fresh vegetables. And then I'm going to show you what actual blanching is, because little Miss Chantal decided that for her, blanching was going to be deep frying some peppers, which absolutely makes no sense. So you got your water, and you want to add just a little bit of salt to that, not a lot. You can add a lot if you want. I normally have the kosher salt as well, but you don't want to have too much salt, especially since I'm going to be using the bean sprouts in my lunch ramen. And no shame. Like, I know some people are like, oh, that fast ramen isn't good for you. You don't eat it every day, but it's getting cold. I want it soup. I don't have time to make my actual rice noodle stuff, so this is going to be a good, quick lunch. I feel like too many people make judgments, and I get it, because when you're bigger, a lot of people do mess up. But I do think that showing techniques for actual blanching will probably help Little Miss. I know she watches these now. You got to get the heat up, so I'm going to come back in a few minutes when this is actually to the boiling point. Get the heat up, let the water boil. I should find the, I thought I found the lid. Give me just a moment. Let me get the lid on here because that does help trap the heat as well. This isn't the proper lid, but it is a lid. So we'll put that on top. We'll get this water boiling, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to actually blanch. Okay, that did not take long at all. And as you can see, the water is boiling from a lid and the salt. It gets it. It's basic chemistry. So you get your bean sprouts or your fresh veggies or greens into this pan from your colander. After you have rinsed them, get your bamboo or wooden spatula, and you let these boil really quick. You don't want to overdo it because you're just trying to get a blanch. A blanch is quick. So then you take your pot of boiled bean sprouts. You carefully dump them out. And then you want cold water, and I forgot to get my ice water prepared, but luckily we have nice ice cold well water. It is the middle of winter, and you want to just rinse them again. A nice cold dip, and that is what, and you didn't see that, but you get the cold water running, you get the nice cold dip, and that's how you blanch. Now I'm going to fill this pot up again because I want to boil some water for actual ramen, and without the salt in it, because this stuff normally has its own sodium. And I know there's a running joke, there's a couple that I love, and since I'm using cold water, I better put the lid back on. There's a couple that I love that they did this running gag about how you put it in the microwave, and you really shouldn't, because the carcinogens in the cup is bad. I've never microwaved my ramen cup. In fact, I'm going to transfer a lot of this into a bowl, and when I do that, I will show you the finished product, because it looks almost like, for me, something you would get at like a truck stop lunch restaurant. I'm tooting my own horn. It's just freaking soup, man. It's not fancy, but you can make it a bit healthier. You can make it a bit better yourself without going overboard. And you don't deep fry blanch anything. When I heard her say that, I just wanted to show anybody who's actually curious that blanching is just boiling stuff in water and then cooling it down. These bean sprouts will stay nice and fresh in the soup because of what I just did. And it makes it taste better to me. Okay, so we got our bean sprouts. We've let the soup pretty much cook in this thing for about the 3 minutes. A little bit longer because I was talking stuff with Greg. And then we add it to our soup bowl. The noodles should be nice and al dente from the boiled water. And along with the blanched bean sprouts, it will be a really good eat. And a lot of people add little extra things. I have a lot of green onion left, so I added what I could and some spinach. I have to get more when we do the next shopping. But this is going to be a good, warm lunch. The bite of the bean sprouts are going to be so good in this too. And that is what blanching and soups and everything else will do for you. It is infuriating to me when somebody who lies about stuff that they watch other people do, and I just wanted to show anybody who's curious about what actual blanching is. As somebody who plans to grow my own produce again soon, I probably show you how to do it more with different produce, especially green peppers once I grow those, because there's a personal backstory to that for me too. But Chantal she really irks me when she lies about simple things. Stuff like blanching, that's like growing produce 101. And it really does involve boiling stuff in water and then cooling it down. So it's crazy to me that she thought just deep frying peppers was blanching. But, you know, that's what happens when you only half listen to people who cook. Hey, y'all. And just once again, that was just my take on what I do some days for lunch. You know, it's not the same thing every day. Try to keep it interesting. But I just wanted to show you what actual blanching was. I am not going to eat on camera. I'm sorry. I just, like I keep saying, I don't understand the appeal of that. So you're going to have to take my word on how good it tastes to me. I don't think you need to hear me eating. I think that is a gross sound, and you know, I'm good. You're good. Just know that I'm about to enjoy my soup. This is a nice cold day for it. And I hope you all enjoy your day today. It is a Monday. So the Monday motivational quote is just keep at it. You know, don't give up. Keep at things. It might feel some days like everything you're doing is hitting the rock or wall, and that's all in here. Get past that stage. You can do it. I'm still a bit sweaty from the bike ride earlier still. I didn't tape that one. I did tape Sundays. Some days I will feel in the mood to talk while I'm doing it. Today was not one of those days, but I did feel in the mood to tape myself making my lunch so that people get a bit of a feel on some of the things that I enjoy. But I'm going to get ready to go enjoy my soup. Thank you all for watching this part. And my phone's going off again right now, so just got some really bad news about a guild member's family member that we were all trying to pull for, but he braced us for it, and the inevitable happened yesterday. So I just, I don't know what else to say at this time. I know that being my age, that the inevitable is that one day you're not going to be here, and we've lost several friends the last few years, but it always hits a bit harder when it's a kid that we lose. And our guild is like family, so losing this little one, it's like losing one of our own, and it's not a good time right now, y'all. I had some stuff planned for today. I think I'm just gonna write. I'm gonna try to reach out to my guild leader and see if he and the missus is okay, what they're making plans for, because it really, this is a rough time. I know as a parent, some of your worst scenarios that play in your head is something happening to your kid. I got super lucky. Kiddo's here, he's strong, and I was hopeful for my friends because this was their miracle baby. And fate is, it's cruel sometimes. And I just don't understand things right now. It's hard to smile when you think about the heartbreak that your friends are feeling right now. And I just, my heart goes out to you guys. If there's anything Greg and I can do, just please let us know. Cause damn, I'm gonna go. This was a rough one. All right, y'all. It's the tail end of our Monday. I have more than enough content to do another full home vlog. I want to try to get as much of the week recorded as possible, but these last 2 days have been kind of full. You know, we had the gas scare Sunday, and then we had a fun D&D day with the guys. I put a little bit of that into this, and then I had what went down today. And honestly speaking, it has really put me into like a mental funk. I don't want to make something that happened to my friend about me because it isn't about me. But it's hard to hear something that heavy and not feel it, especially when I'm literally writing a science fiction story about humans getting away from that aspect of our reality. And then to have it once again hit home. And this was only weeks after a friend that I found out I had accidentally named our main character after him too. He passed. So it's just like I'm getting constant reminders of mortality right now, and it has put my mind in a really messed up place. So this is no excuse. I'm still going to do my routine all week. I'm fired up for tomorrow. I've got my show notes for the Bonnet Chronicles afternoon version all set to go. I have my focus. And when I'm focused, I can get a lot done. But I don't know how much of this week's vlog is going to get taped or not. It's a sad time. It's a sad time because somebody dear to me lost somebody dear to them, and I'm too far away to really do much besides be distant moral support. All I can do is wish him and his wife my dearest, deepest condolences because this shouldn't happen to anybody. And just hug your loved ones because you don't know how much longer that light will be in your life. But I'm going to wrap this up, put this all together. This might not be a long vlog week, but I'm not giving up doing these. I'm having fun. And it's sad that I'm cutting this one a bit shorter this week with the content, but it's because it's such a heavy thing to think about, and I don't want to act like I'm in an up mood when I'm not. This is just rough, and I just really hope my friends are going to be okay. I'm going to wrap that part up.